Okay, so in this very short video, I'm just going to show you how you can add references to your work. So first of all, referencing should be done very regularly. I'm just using an end paragraph, a conclusion paragraph from someone else's assignment. So don't take into account what references I'm putting in. I'm just showing you how to do this. So once you've written some, so you've used someone's research, or you've used some research to write a statement, you will then need to reference that material to show where you got that from, so to avoid plagiarism. Now, the reference always goes before the full stop, and all we need to do is we need to go to references and we can insert a citation. Okay, and we're going to go to add new source. So, for example, there's all of these different things that you could have used to reference research. So in this case, let's do a book, and then I'll show you a website as well. So let's say that this, and I'm making up the information here, but obviously once you've found your information, you will put in the correct information here. So let's say your author is David Thompson. The title of his book is The Future of Care. It was written in 2024 in Leicester, and the publisher is Pearson. Okay, so you will have found all of this information from the book if you had it. Okay, we can then click OK. Now it will insert the reference just there for you. If there are any problems with it, you can click the down arrow and edit source, and it brings this back up for you. Okay. Let's say you've done something else and now you want to add in a reference of a website. So again, put your cursor before the full stop, insert a citation and add new source. Okay, so then we're going to add a website. So be very careful with a website because sometimes there's not a date and sometimes there's not an author. Now, if there is an author and they've got a name, then that's fine. Okay, we can pop that in there. If there isn't an author, you might have to do a bit of playing around with how it would look in the actual reference, and you can edit that reference manually if you need to. But usually there will be somebody who has written that. Okay. Now, be very careful here because the name of the website could be www. I don't know, carefutures.co.uk, but the name of the web page might be leadership in care. Okay, so the name of the web page is the page that you are currently on and the thing that you are reading about. The name of the website, in fact, you would just put Care Futures. Okay, you wouldn't put the URL in there. You would then put the URL down here. Okay, you would then look for the year. Okay, so let's say that was 2023. Sometimes they will have a month. Okay, and sometimes they'll have a day, but if they don't, that's fine. You can just leave that blank, but let's say it was the 10th. Okay, we can then click OK, and it will pop it in there for you, Phillips 2023. Now, you might think that's really long-winded. Why can't I just write my names and years in there, which obviously you can. But the reason that this is so beneficial is because at the end of your written piece, if you've written your whole assignment, you get to the end and you've then got to write your reference list. Okay, so all you need to do then is click on bibliography, and I would choose the first one because it just links most closely to Harvard referencing. It's the Harvard referencing system. So is the second one. So either bibliography or references. So actually we'll choose references. And as you can see, it's written the reference list for you of the references you've put in there. So you don't have to go through and try to figure out how to write a Harvard referencing list or a Harvard style referencing list. It's already there for you. Okay. All right. So I hope you find that useful and use it in your work.